Greetings, everyone. So we got an update in the Sweet Baby Inc. Flintlock Seige of Dawn controversy from Mark Kerns, aka Grummz. He heard from a source that wished to remain anonymous, but he's willing to confirm this information to people who reach out to him. So we're going to go through his thread, and then we have a couple updates. Proof Sweet Baby Inc. ruins games. Sweet Baby Inc. game Flintlock by A44 Games has been overrun by woke. I used to work there. Flintlock was a good project with lots of potential, then it was ruined. Before I go further, please note this is a rumor from a source that seems very knowledgeable about the studio's inner workings. Take that as it is, and if others would like to verify, please DM me anon. The CEO and the COO at A44 are no longer with the company, but the damage seems to have been done. The good devs at A44, I tell you how to fix it at the end of this thread. Did you know the protagonist of Flintlock used to be white? The COO and casting director, Adria Tops Harajo, I butchered that, joined the studio. Her first actions were to change the character to hire Sweet Baby Inc. and change the main character to a POC. This marked the beginnings of the problems with the game and the studio. Adria is rumored to have used the company's funds and manpower to power her personal agenda and projects on initiatives that not related to the game or even the studio itself. One such initiative that I found is Inclusion FX, a VFX company and advocacy company that shades of Sweet Baby Inc. Here is the bio from the company. She held this position at Flintlock at the same time she ran Inclusion FX. I asked and confirmed. Yeah, I have witnessed our UI artists making art assets for its website as their sprint tasks. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not in development. I don't know what sprint tasks are. If you do, post it in the comments. And realistically, I probably could just Google that real quick and find out. Aside from working with Sweet Baby Inc. and making changes to the game, Adria also directed numerous changes in HR in her role as COO. In 2021, most developers were denied raises and evaluations were postponed for at least 6 months. Adria told HR to inform anyone who complained or asked questions that the reason is because I said so. She also ordered the HR department to hide the salaries of the top executives of the company. This is done when these woke CEOs and these, frankly, managerial class assholes are paying themselves vastly more than the workers who actually make the money. And they don't want the workers to know, especially when they're screwing them over, as you can see here, with denying raises, evaluations for 6 months. HR tried to help, but were unable to get past this. The team was worried about the studio finances. Meanwhile, the new hires and changes to the game resulted in a project where these people know nothing about how a video game is made. As I have said repeatedly, DEI hires do not know how to make a game. A lot of them are just not competent at their job. And every so often you hear a developer who either on anonymity or just doesn't care anymore will just straight up say, like, hey, these people don't know how to do their job. And those of us that knew how to do our job had to compensate for their inadequacies and ineptitudes. After nearly 2 years of these DEI changes at A44, the damage had been done. At this point, the studio was purchased for $175 million, an unusually high sum for a small studio, by the way, by Kepler Interactive in September 2021, a gaming collective fund whose founder, who also funded the Kowloon Knights Gaming Fund. It was at this point Audrey, the CEO, left the company. Perhaps this was the start of the cleanup of the game's troubles. A lot of times, these manager class hires will just be told, like, hey, I'm not going to fire you, but you're gone. Either you go leave voluntarily or I will actually fire you. And to ensure that they can be hired again, these people will just voluntarily leave. It's right up there with golden parachute contracts. The state of the game is unknown at this time, but it is believed to be in shambles after a 2-year round of DEA changes. As we now know, A44 reached out to, I'm going to try to say this, Cabrutus, to refute Sweet Baby Inc.'s involvement, saying that they are no longer involved and all the changes were reversed. But when Cabrutus asked for proof, they refused to speak to him any further. Hey, hold on a minute. Go back. This thread gets kind of weird. Here's my advice to Kepler and the good folks holding the bag at A44. You reverted the Sweet Baby Inc. changes? Good. Announce that you have terminated their service with Sweet Baby Inc. and watch your PR soar. Gamers will flock to you. Don't hide it. Keep your MC a POC, but don't tokenize a character. Make it a great character with quality writing, one we all can love. Remove all sermons or prejudice or anti-white, anti-male racism and sexism from the game if it still remains. Don't lecture your audience. Embrace the gamer, and they will embrace you. Good luck, and my genuine best wishes. Sadly, this is not going to work out that way. Update. List K, operation managers for Kepler Interactive, the studio that purchased A44 Games, is not happy with me breaking the story on Flintlock. I mean, you're already in deep water with the Sweet Baby Inc. list, so Marxists will always pull the mask off to defend the agenda. A quick review of her homepage shows funding source is woke. Seems they won't be taking my advice or be honest with Cabrutus about the Sweet Baby Inc. involvement in their game. Too bad. That was dollar advice. Just gonna pull this up real quick. How wrong Grummz is and how damaged he is with his weird tropes are. Far right. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen anyone use the term far right unironically. And other than actually referring to some actual legitimately far right people, which are very few and far in between, that were not Marxist or worth taking seriously. I'm not going to read what's on the screen, just bring it up here so you guys can see it. Geek Girl Academy, League of the Geeks, Kowloon Knights Game Fun. And now for the next part of the update, Footlock Funding Ops Manager of owners of Kepler Interactive is now claiming harassment after she had a meltdown over my story on the funding of wokeness ruining the studio. She went protected immediately, so how could she have received any harassment? More lies. No, she linked to Think This, the government-funded campaign against gamers. Yeah, see, this is when you have one of those cases where the person knows the playbook but is an amateur at carrying it out. You claim harassment, but you have to make sure you're capable of being harassed. And she was not capable of being harassed. So, yeah. So blaming Grummz was really stupid because Grummz has more credibility than she ever will. And when this game bombs, and it's going to bomb now, unless the upper management immediately fires her and starts making some really poignant public announcements announcing Sweet Baby, it's gonna bomb. They're gonna lose a lot of money. This is not a big company, though somehow they have a lot of money. And making bad decisions like this is a good way to ensure that you don't continue having a lot of money. Well, there's the update. Doesn't really fundamentally change anything. You should still avoid this game because it's Sweet Baby Inc. tied. Again, I was looking forward to this. I kept referring to this as Forspoken but good. And so it sucks for me that this game turned out to be Sweet Baby Inc. tied and ruined by Marxists and DEI hires. But that's just how it is. Hit that like, subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.